got sales philosophy today. Be prepared. So this isn't so much a sales philosophy as it is just a straight up life hack. All right, so be prepared. Don't wing it. I hear a lot of us who get on the phone and we don't have a plan, we don't have an outline, we're just spitting game, right? Which is cool, like you're shooting from the hip, but your aim really isn't that good then. We could be so much more efficient if we just took a few minutes to jot down our ideas, if we just took a few minutes to write down 3 goals or figure out what the client's goal was ahead of time, and then remind ourselves like what objections we think we're gonna get in a specific situation. We would be so much more productive if we had an outline to our day and stuck to it. The people who make the most money in this business, year after year after year, trust me, after 15, 16, 17 years in this business, I've seen it all. The people who make the most money, the people with the highest W-2s are the people who stay disciplined. And disciplined people are prepared. So they've got contingency plans, they've got outlines for their day, they stick to it. Maybe not every second of the day, but like they're pretty close. They have the same presentation outline, the same presentation structure. Now, they respond to people differently, but they are prepared for the different outcomes. So, I encourage you to be prepared. That's a mindset. All right, today's practical tip. So, you may be reminded of your training class. You may remember faintly Bridget or me spinning a wheel if you had that class, or maybe rolling some dice for the objection cube, that sort of thing. This is the acknowledge, respond, transition portion of it. Sometimes acknowledge, respond, close, depends on where you are in the sales process. But I hear us getting a lot of objections, and maybe it's just because we're spoiled. Maybe because we know the phone's going to ring again, but we're just laying down on those, or we're just pushing the customer away, or responding in ways that are inappropriate. I mean, we're not being rude, but we're asking questions. Somebody says, I'm not ready to move forward right now. And very often, like we're hearing shoppers. We're hearing a lot of shoppers right now. It's probably the number one reason people aren't moving forward. They're not giving us straight up cost objections. They're telling us somebody else has better costs. So they're not, questioning like, I think your costs are too much. They're like, yeah, your interest rate or your costs are too high. I'm going to shop. And our objection is usually like, well, wouldn't you want to work with the best? Or our response, like we ask a question, but the way that we are asking questions is not conducive to the customer saying yes. We're asking questions in a way that asks customers to say no, or ask them to like reaffirm their decision. Like, well, why wouldn't you want to move forward today? Well, that's not a good question. Like, I don't know why we ask that. Why wouldn't you want to move forward today? Ask people to like reaffirm their belief that they're doing the right thing. Well, let me think of 5 other reasons why I'm right and you're wrong. That's what we're asking the customer to do. Now, I get it. Like you're trying to uncover some objections specifically so you can address it. But we can ask those questions in hypothetical ways. So you can say, well, if this loan were free today, would you take it? And then they say yes. That's all you needed. You just needed them to say yes. And then you say, well, in actuality, there are some upfront costs, but the true cost of the loan over the life of the loan is actually in your favor. This costs less than doing what you're used to be doing. So this loan is better than free. You're actually going to save money doing it. So you can come at it logically, but you get them to say yes first. So acknowledge, respond, transition. Here's how you overcome those objections. You say thank you. That's the acknowledge. Let's back up. So there's the acknowledgement. Thank you. Or okay, I hear you. I see what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. Those are all acknowledgements. You get that. You do this like a pro, right? You get it. I get it. I understand. I hear you. Thank you. You could use thank you more. Response. We're pretty good at this response page, but we are terrible at the transition. We sound like freaking pirates all the time. Just R, and then we forget the T. So add that back in there, okay? Last but not least, you are who you think you are. Perception is reality over the phone. I just want you to realize that you are awesome at what you do. You've been licensed for a long time. You've gotten all kinds of training. You get these videos on a daily basis. You probably read a blog or two. Your manager gives trainings. Stephanie and Bridget give trainings. You are awesome at what you do. You have an amazing set of knowledge. Your skill set is phenomenal. You work for an amazing company. You should have the confidence. You can have that confidence. I give you full permission right now to be a mortgage awesome loan consultant.